All right, can you guys see my screen now?
Yep.
All right, awesome. Okay, so last time we built this. So today I was thinking we build the core of the robot. All right, so I think Karthik, you had some ideas. You said mount an ultrasonic sensor. So yeah, we'll definitely try to add some sensors. But before we add sensors, we'll build the core of the robot. So we're gonna mount the EV3 brick. I think that's a good start after what we did. This mechanism is basically kind of like the main frame of the robot. So we're gonna be building around this.
But I already used my EV3 brick for the other robot.
Oh, you did? Well, I don't know.
I mean, I
I
could
kind of
take it
thought we
off.
could build this together. What?
Like, I could take just the sides off and then put them back on.
Yeah, I don't know how many pieces we're going to be using, but we're definitely going to be using the EV3 brick because I want to kind of start programming this next time.
Okay.
But I mean, if you want to preserve your robot, that's fine. I mean, I'll make sure to send pictures and stuff so you can build it if you want to.
No, I can actually do it. I'm fine.
Break it, break it, break it.
All right. So, any ideas on how we can mount this EV3 brick? So I'm thinking, of course, we kind of want our stuff to be symmetric. So I'm thinking maybe we mount it on the top somehow like this, and then we can build around it after that. So I'm thinking we mount it on the top. Any ideas?
I think that's pretty good.
Okay, so now the next question comes, how are we going to mount it on the top? Because that's the next thing. So I'm thinking maybe we use a beam, maybe on the side like this, since we have already those the blue long connector pegs. Oh, my screen kind of froze. Okay, are you guys not seeing my screen right now?
I am.
Okay, it's back. Okay, so I'm thinking we add a beam like that maybe, and then mount this on top somehow by, I don't know, maybe we use one of the angled pieces.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, if it will hold, it would.
Yeah, or maybe we use our last I don't even know what you call these. I want to call them like rectangular beams, and maybe mount it on the bottom here, and then mount it somehow. I think that's a good start. Yeah. All right, so let's do that. So I'm gonna get my EV3 brick, and I'm gonna get this is the last one I have. I don't know about you guys, but this is the last rectangular beam I have, the one that looks like this, and I'm gonna mount it on the bottom of the EV3, so the side with the buttons.
That won't work for me since I don't have any more.
Oh, uh-oh.
I used all.
I don't really know what to tell you. I guess if you want to take your stuff apart, you can. You don't have to, because I don't want you to destroy your robot, but you can. I think I'm gonna put one of the 5 beams on there first, since this only has 3 spaces for the connector pegs. So I think I'm gonna use one of the 5 beams. All right. So I'm gonna mount this onto the bottom, the side with the buttons, with some connector pegs. And I might use the longer ones. I'm not really sure now. All right. All right, so I'm gonna mount mine like this, and then I'm gonna mount this on here. So we have 3 places that we can mount it from. All right, so yeah, so now I'm gonna use my longer beam. So I only put 2 connector pegs so far. So one black one here on the extreme edges. So I'm gonna use the blue ones, the blue longer ones. I'm gonna put them at the first slot on each of the sides. So this one here and this one here.
So Coach, we're basically trying to mount the EV3 brick onto our little contraption that we have right now.
Yeah, the EV3 brick is like our brain, so we have to, in order to program, we have to have it like actually mounted on. Yeah, pretty much.
We're putting the EV3 brick on top or on the bottom?
So probably on top, because we want to be able to easily access this, because if it's on the bottom like this, if it's pointing down, we can't see what is on there. And if we decide to like put text or program like text or anything on there or use one of the EV3 buttons, we can't. It's always best to mount it up like this. All right. Oh, and I see that it's not going to work. Okay, so they're like this. So there's 3. So that's definitely not going to work. So we want to put the blue connector pegs in the middle, right here, not at the edges. So like this instead. And then we want to put one black connector peg in the middle, like that. All right, so now we can mount this on here. And feel free again, guys, to make any suggestions of things we can do, because we're just making this as we go. All right. So it's going to sit somewhere like this. So now we got to connect this to our little mechanism. So we already have some blue connector pegs at the side, so I think we should use those. Let's try one of the longer beams. How long is this? All right, so this is 13 long. So let's try the 13 long one. Let's see. All right, so we may have to move it back a little bit. So that means we'll probably use one of the black. Okay, so I'm going to use a black connector peg and put it right here. So right there. And then I'll mount this, the 13 beam, on here and see if that works. So it kind of worked. I'm not really sure if this is lined up properly. Okay, so now we have to connect these two. So I was thinking we use one of the angled beams. So one of these, so the 3x5 beam. We're gonna use that. And maybe we want to mount it like this. Yeah, so let's try to mount it like this. Or it might be better to mount it from the inside. What do you guys think? Or on the outside?
I think the inside.
Yeah, I think the inside will have it, make it look more clean, so we could do stuff on the outside. So let's do it from the inside. So we'll add 2, or no, let's add 3 of these little black connector pegs, and that'll go on the inside. So like that. And for now, let's just add maybe like 2 or 3 right here. I'll try 2. And that's gonna go on here. So on our little rail here. Always. All right. So that's gonna go like right here. And we're gonna do this to the other side as well. Oh, it's kind of stuck. All right, yeah, so like this. So that kind of sits well. All right, do you guys have something like this?
No, but I have another idea.
Okay,
For
sure.
for actually like mounting this on,
Mm-hmm.
what I did is I'm probably gonna use one of these beams and like attach it to the side and then attach it to the side of the motor.
Okay, yeah, totally. I mean, you guys don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. This is just how I'm working it out. But if you guys have other ideas, feel free to share and to kind of make it your own. All right, so I have this mounted here. So now we can get the back supported since we're gonna do it on both sides. Then we have to figure out a way to get the front supported because this is wobbly right now. So let's go ahead and do the other side. So I'm gonna grab another 13 beam. I'll just measure it against this so I have the right one. And we'll do the exact same thing, just on the other side. Because the robot's gonna be symmetrical. So I'm gonna get another black connector peg and put it here on the last slot. And then I'll mount this on like that. And we'll get our another angle beam, a 3x5, one of the 90-degree angle beams, if I can find one. All right. And we'll mount that, but from the inside this time. So we'll mount it like before. So I'll put two like this, or let's do three. I think we did three last time. So we'll do three like this, and then maybe like two for now. So like that, and we'll mount it on the inside to connect both of our beams. Like that. So the back feels pretty sturdy. What do you guys think?
Be all right. Just
Coach Aid,
Yeah.
we're way behind.
Oh, that's fine. So where'd you guys leave off?
We're at the mounting part with the 13 beam on.
okay. Sit.
Okay.
You'll be all right. We don't
Okay,
have
so-
ours built the way yours is built. You know, you have your nice rebuild. So I just
Yeah.
got my laptop so I could see your beautiful pictures of your sweeper.
Oh.
Your other way.
Okay, yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
But it's all right. We're hanging in there. Just
yeah.
every so often
think-
we might need
yeah, I
you just
think-
to pause it for a second so we can see where it is.
Yeah.
That's all.
This is a good angle.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
I think we lost your other camera too.
What was that?
Do you still have the camera enabled for your build? We don't see it. I don't.
Me?
Yeah.
I
Can you?
see Coach Aid's build screen.
Yeah, my camera's on. I can.
Oh.
I'm sharing my screen. It's not on like another device.
I really just.
Karthik, you see Aid's Lego pieces and everything, do you?
Yep. Yes.
Karthik, is your camera turned on?
No, it's not. I just realized that. Coach Aid, I do need some help.
All right. Yeah.
So, can you see my camera?
Give me a second. Yeah.
Okay, so, do you see this beam right here?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think I actually figured out a way to connect it.
Mm-hmm.
But, if I want to keep it in the middle,
Yeah.
like, I need a piece that's, like, gonna, have, like those holes on either side. So I don't know what to do about that.
Okay. So what do you mean by holes on either side?
Like, you see these pieces?
Yeah.
Like, these things, like, they're, like, doubled up, but all these are empty.
Oh. Okay.
Like, these ones I can't attach anything.
I think I know what you're talking about. You can do it. It's kind of tricky. Like if you're trying to like stack it up so it has a bigger width. Is that what you're trying to do? But it also has like ends so you can connect it.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. It's hard to do those with the 3 beams. You have to it's kind of weird. Try it. Maybe if you can see my screen, maybe, I don't know, try something like this to start off with using the blue beams. Sorry, the blue connector pegs. And then try like going on. Okay, see, you're kind of running into a problem after that. I don't know. You have to play around with it sometimes.
Okay.
It can be done though.
I mean, or I just attach it to the side, which I don't want.
All right. Okay, so is everybody kind of caught up? So right now we've just added the brick, but we've only kind of supported the back of it. We still have to support the front.
Kemen, can you show me your robot, please, Kemen? Lift it up.
Kind of fell.
Wow, Sid got up. That's nice.
Awesome.
You got it perfectly right. Good job, Sid.
All right, so any ideas on how we're gonna support the front?
I figured out a way to do my method.
Yeah.
I just had to use like these round pieces to make my connector peg a little bit bigger.
Awesome.
Now we just need to do that to the other side.
So I'm thinking, does anybody have any ideas? One way we could try to do it is something like this, maybe, and supporting it here.
I mean, I kind of have an idea, but it might take a lot of pieces.
Okay.
Like to build,
depends on the idea, really. So what's your idea?
It's like to build a little cage around the brick, basically. So like.
The robot itself is a little bit out of focus. Can you bring it within the frame? Yes.
Okay.
Kemen, did you catch up, or we can help you? Otherwise, it will be really hard for you to catch up. Tell me exactly where you need help.
All right, so any ideas?
That this long wide arm that we could support the front with, maybe.
Okay, so you have this piece.
A black.
Is that the piece that you have?
No, we have a white arm for it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have the, okay, so you have this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. We could do something like that. I don't know. Yeah, let's try that maybe.
Okay.
Sometimes it helps to kind of build around it and then go ahead and mount what you're trying to mount. You could do that. Yeah, let's try doing that. Is that, yeah, that's one long. Okay, so let's try to do what Sid said. So he wants to use the little, it kind of looks like a bracket kind of beam. So we'd have to probably take some of the parts that we've kind of put here out, but that's fine. We only have to take off this top one. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to take out this red one that we have here on the side. So I'm on the right side right now. So I just took off this, the red one that we have connected to the motor. And I'm going to get one of my 3 beams. So we're going to mount the 3 beam here and then mount the bracket, the angled bracket beam. So I'm going to first get some of our blue connector pegs. And looking at it now. All right, let's try it. Yeah. So I'll put this one first in like that. And I'll put the second one in like that. And then let's put the 3 beam in like that. So now we have to support it. Oh, so we need to use another one.
I have an idea, Coach Aid.
Yeah.
So instead of putting that 3 beam on there, we could like attach one of those circular pieces on that like make the axles, or like
These?
not the axles, but no, not those. Like that make the connector pegs a little bit bigger.
How about that? Is that strong?
Which piece are you talking about?
That's good.
Okay, try raising it up.
I already used it, but
That's
like
good.
one of
Okay.
the circle pieces.
I can't really see.
Oh, you know what? Let me just take this out for a second.
Coach Aid,
One
Yeah.
of these pieces.
would this work?
Is it mounted?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, sure, that works.
One of these pieces.
I can't really see it, but it looks like it's mounted. That looks good, yeah. So I kind of like what Sid is doing. But yeah, that looks good. So I'm gonna continue on with this. I might have to use a lot of the 3 beams, but that's okay.
Let's try this piece.
Yeah. That won't really connect. Like, yeah, that'll kind of be hard to connect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put this one like that. Oh, that's not gonna work. We have to use a black beam. Okay, something like that. This is tricky. All right, I'm gonna take these off. Okay, so Sid, how did you connect yours again?
We used a 3-beam yellow with a blue pegger.
Yeah.
And we
I think part of it is that our sweeper's not the same as yours exactly. So remember, we haven't updated, so it's a little bit different. But
okay, that's fine. Let's move on. So we'll mount this on a little bit later, but let's go ahead and try to mount the wheels and see if we can come up with anything after that. All right, so do you guys want your wheels in the front or in the back?
In the back, because I think it won't interfere with the system, and it might make the brake a little bit more sturdy.
Okay, so I don't know. I think I kind of like mine in the front. You can try it that way too. I'm thinking maybe we add one of the beams, or like double it up like that.
Wait, I thought
and then mount the motors.
I thought that was the back. I thought the place you were putting it in was the back.
What do you mean? I mean like where the motors are gonna rest. So
Yeah,
right now my motors would be resting in the front.
I meant it right there.
Okay. So I think we can do something like this, sort of like this. What do you guys think? So with the beam, it's kind of hard to. So something like this. You get what I'm saying, but it's kind of messing up. But yeah, I'm gonna try that. So let's see. How long is this one? This is 9. Yep. Okay. So this is a 9 beam, and I think I'm gonna mount it on here like this. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the 2 black connector pegs I put here previously and swap them out with the blue ones since they're longer. You guys don't have to do that. It's just, it kind of saves some connector pegs for you in the end.
Just be careful.
I took those 2 out, and now I'll mount the longer one, maybe like one here. All right, let's see how we want to mount this.
What's he doing? He's putting these back on?
Okay. Yeah, so maybe like one there and one here at the back. So I just swapped those out, the 2 that we had. I'm actually going to put another black one in the middle, just so it's a little more stable. All right, so now we have 3. So 2 blue longer ones and one of the black ones like that. And you don't have to do it in the specific order. All right. And then now I will mount my 9 beam on here.
Is it fine if I mount my motors upside down?
Sure.
I mean, because it's kind of interfering with my system.
Yeah, I guess that's fine. Ooh, so if we mount this like this, it's kind of slanting a little bit. So we might have to put another one. So we might have to put 2 9 beams, which is okay. Let me first just connect this properly. So I'll put another one like right here, and then I'll mount it. Uh-oh, my EV3 brake came off. That's fine. All right. So yeah, like this. And then we'll get another 9 beam, and we'll mount it again. All right, so now we have 2 9 beams at the edge. And so now we can mount our motor somewhere like this. I'm thinking something like this. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's mount it somewhere like that. And we'll have to adjust the motors as well. Uh-oh. All right. So it might be better actually to use the blue beams again for where we're gonna put it. So I'm gonna put mine like right there. So mine will start on the 4th slot up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll start there. So 4 up. And if you want, you can use one of the little blue axle and peg pieces that look like this.
I can't figure out where to put my motors because I have it done a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get it. Where could I put my motors?
So try to mount it on the side. So you already know you're gonna mount it on the side. Yours might be different, like you said, but just try to play with it. So again, I mounted it. I found a beam that I could mount, that I could build upon, and then mount the motor. So if you look at your motor, you have a couple of different connections. So you could mount it, if you have yours somewhere like that, you could mount it in the middle like that. You could mount it from the top like that, or you can mount it from like the bottom, which is what I'm doing. So I'm mounting it like, if it'll come on, I'm mounting it like this. Right, so I'm mounting mine like that. And then we could put our wheels on and such, like that. And we'll do this on the other side as well. It just depends. All right, where's everybody at? Yeah.
Hey, my EV3 brick just turned off by itself.
Oh, well, I mean, we're not programming anything, so you can keep it off. I'm not even sure if mine is charged, but yeah, that's fine. It goes off if you don't use it.
Oh.
All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I added the 2 9 beams and I mounted the motor. So let's do that on this side. We're going to need 2 more 9 beams, like that. We're going to need some, oh, these aren't 9.
I actually might need my brick to see if my mechanism also works.
You might need to do what?
I might need my brick to see if my the Lego cleaning up thing, the sweeper actually still works and sweeps up Legos.
Okay.
Because the way I've done it, it's a little bit, it's not like yours, let's just say. It's like,
yeah, that's fine. We can all have slightly different robots. Okay, so again, I'm just taking out the black beams on the other side and swapping them out with some of the blue longer beams.
it looks like a war robot.
Oh, a war robot? What's a war robot?
A robot that, like, one of those robots who help the army in wars.
Interesting. Wait, what? There was, I don't think there was any robots in the war, but.
Well, I mean, like those, like one of those robots that like disarm like explosives.
I think you're talking about the Boston Dynamic robots. That's not even actually Boston Dynamics. Those are the fake robots. Are you talking about the ones on YouTube?
No, I read mines in a book.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of any robots made to disarm things, but that's interesting.
Let me actually add my wheels.
Yeah, I'm gonna mount my wheels later, but yeah, if you want to, you can go ahead and mount yours now. And if you guys are doing something slightly different, just make sure that you have access to all your ports, the port of your motor, and yeah, all your ports, because that's very important.
If you don't, you can't plug your ports in, and then you won't be able to make the robot work.
Yeah, exactly. All right, how you guys doing? This is kind of weird. We're just going along as we come up with stuff.
Coach Aid,
Yeah.
we're way behind with the motor mounting.
Yeah, that's fine. What I did, I just added 2 9-beams. So before we had it like that, so nothing, and minus the blue beams, I just mounted the motor with 2 9-beams. I used 9, and I just mounted it on like this. All right, so I'm doing like how I did on the other side. And I'll mount my other motor. Like this. All right. Well, that looks good so far. And unfortunately, the education set only has 2 of the wheels. So our third wheel is going to have to be the small caster wheel. And how we've made it is actually perfect for the caster wheel. So we could set it up just like this. And it's symmetrical and everything. I just don't know if it's going to be touching the ground, but that's what we're going to be using as the third wheel. So we'll have 2 on the front, 1 here, and then 1 on the other side, and then 1 caster wheel on the back. But before we do that, let's go ahead and finish mounting our motor and see if we can get these motors more stable. So let's mount our EV3 brick. So it's still kind of wobbly. So Sid used this, and I think he has his mounted already. So now I see I have some space down here, so let's use that. So I'm just going to take off my motors temporarily, just this one motor right for now, so I can work on the side. So I'm going to mount it like that. I can use one of our angled beams. So maybe we can use the one that has 2. So I think it's what is this? It's 4x1, I think. Yeah. So maybe we can use one of the smaller ones. So I'm going to try that. All right.
This can be kind of difficult.
Yeah, it definitely can be kind of difficult and different sometimes.
Honestly,
That's okay.
I feel like with a gyro sensor, my robot would be able to stand up.
Your robot was what?
If I added a gyro sensor to this and programmed it correctly, I feel like it would be able to stand up on its wheels.
Yeah, I can't wait till we program it. We can start programming next time. I mean, we basically have the robot, I want to say like a little over half built. I mean, the only thing after we finish building like the drivetrain and stuff is to add the sensors. All right, so maybe we can add something like, add it somewhere like that. Let's see if we have any of the 3x5s left. This is the time that we start running out of Lego pieces. Okay, so I have 2 3x5s left, which is perfect. So I'm going to use this and mount it at the top. And for that, I will be using the little, the fancy connector pegs. That's what I like to call them. So that way we can, if we need to take out the brick, we can, and it's not hard. So right now, to take out the brick, all we have to do is just unplug it, take it out from the bottom. So make it a little more easier to take out as well on the top. So I'm going to put these at the top. That. And I will mount my little angled piece on the bottom. Or no, I think we said we were going to use the 3x5. So I'm going to mount that on the bottom like that. I'll first use some black connector pegs. I'll put maybe like 2 or 3 here. and then I'll put one at the edge. So like this. So one for every other hole. So I just kind of went in a pattern like that, and I'll mount it onto the back. Oh, and now looking at it, we should have mounted it on the other side. So the pegs should be on the other side. All right, where are you guys at? How are you guys doing so far?
I'm not doing so well.
Uh-oh. Again, you guys don't have to follow me like verbatim. This is just what I'm doing, and this is just kind of like a general concept. Feel free to like change it up a little bit, but this is just kind of what I'm doing. All right, mount this. I'm gonna take it off actually first. All right, boom, that came all together. So now I have this mounted. My brick is now stable, and let's do it on the other side. And actually first I should mount my motor back. I'll take off my motor and I'll mount it again on this side. So we use the little bracket beam and we mounted it on here with the little fancy connector pegs. What was that, Karthik?
I don't know what is happening with my robot.
With your robot?
Do you see my robot?
Yes, I can.
So you see, if I try to use the motor control to spin these things, they're not going all the way around.
Okay, so what do you mean it's not going all the way around? Like it's not doing like a 360?
Yeah, it's not like spinning. These things.
Well, depending, I don't know how you have yours set up, but it might not go all the way around.
I mean, it's not. It's just.
If you're blocking it, it might not go all the way around.
I don't get how I'm blocking it. I mean, is there?
Okay, so, it can go forward and backwards, right? It just can't go all the way around.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I think yours works fine. I don't even think mine can go all the way around. It might be because you have stuff here, but if it's moving, then it should be fine. Find out what's blocking it or preventing it from going all the way around.
I mean, if I actually lift it up, it's spinning all the way around just fine.
But when you put it on the table, it's not?
Nope.
Well, maybe because when you put it on the table, are you putting it on the table like this? Because then the table is like blocking it from moving.
Yeah, I'm putting it on like that.
Okay, well, yeah, that's probably why. All right, so I'm gonna mount it the exact same way I did on the other side, so like that.
So how can I make it spin?
How can I make what spin?
How can I make it the angle bracket spin 360?
Stop. You had yours on the table, so the table was the problem, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you just have to, once you add wheels and stuff and it's not touching the ground, then it should spin 360.
It is on my wheels, honest. It's on my wheels. Like my wheels are attached right now.
All right, Sid, how you doing? How you guys doing? Kevin, how you guys doing?
I was to ask him, where are you putting the wheel? Like, where are you putting the motor?
Yeah, I'm gonna mount the wheel back on right now. So I did it at the side like that. All right, Kevin, how about you? How are you doing?
Do you need to use one of these?
Good, awesome. All right, so I have mine sort of like this, and the motors are still kind of wobbly, so we can fix that. And I actually kind of see a perfect way we could mount it. So the motors have like three little ports here at the back, so we could mount it on here to the EV3 brick as well, since that's already stable. So let's see. we're running out of angled beams by the minute, so we'll have to use the small ones now. Yeah, we could use the small ones, and then we could use maybe one of these.
Do you understand why this is so?
This might be only connected at one point.
I'm
thinking yeah.
I think I have the problem. I mean the answer to my problem.
You do?
The caster wheel lifts it up.
Awesome. Yeah, so did you mount your caster wheel at the front or at the back? Or how do you have your robot even like oriented or anything?
So you know your EV3 brake, the motors are like attached, like it's like my robot is diagonal. Okay, let me actually just show you.
All right, so I'm gonna mount the little angled pieces onto the back of the motor like that. So it's like an L. So like that. And I was thinking we put a piece like this maybe, but that might not work. Let's see what other pieces we have. Maybe we could use these pieces, but I don't really like these pieces.
Oh, those are like one of my favorite pieces.
Really? I feel like they're not stable, like they kind of move around. What do you guys think? Does anybody have any ideas as to how we can mount the motors? Any ideas? No? Yes?
Clueless.
I mean, we could do it this way. We can try it. Then it's not like touching the... Yeah, let's try it. So I'm gonna take that part off and just swap the orientation. So it's like that. Then it's only looking at one. Let's see if we have any smaller beams.
I am really running low on those blue giant beams.
On the what?
On those blue beams, the big ones.
Yeah, I think I'm running low too.
Like, if you design stuff on the computer, you basically never run out of things, but in real life, you do. Oh, yes, it works. I just need to test if it scoops up the Lego.
Okay, so how far are we? Looks like Aid is connecting back. So since we started the class a little late, switching between the classrooms, we can go ahead and continue the class for a while. Okay, you all have some time. So, Karthik, can you show me your robot in close up? Let me see.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't mount my motors on the side because I attached a different way.
Got it. So I like the way you have mounted the motor. It's like totally different, right? So that's nice.
It's like a robot.
Yeah, but it still works. That's good.
I mean, the only problem right here is that these things don't actually like scoop up properly. Maybe it's because I'm spinning them the wrong way.
You can always control it, fix it with the programming. Right now you're doing motor control, right? So with the programming, it should work way better than this.
Hey guys, can you see me? Sorry, I don't know what happened. My computer just like turned off.
No, we don't see you.
Okay, but you can hear me, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's really weird. I don't know why. It looked like it restarted, but I'm not sure. Let me just try to share my screen because we only have a brief amount of time left.
Okay, so Sid figured out how to mount the motor, did you?
No.
You have the beams in place, that's really good. All that you have to do is put 2 connector pegs and connect it on the side, that's all, yes.
Okay.
And then if you add few more beams that bring it out of the, so you'll have more space. So you have, I see that you have 1 beam connected, so find it like 11 beam, 1 more and add it to this. So that will give you room.
All right. Well, definitely do that.
So that's good. So all that, once you have the 2 motors on either side, you put the caster wheel at the back, then your robot should be able to stand.
All right.
Yeah. And then see, this is what they were building in the camp.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yes, but there's not much.
Flashlight man.
But EV3 has more possibility than this. This is just for playing. This is more like a toy. But what you are learning, that's more like the engineering tool. EV3 is way better than this. This is kind of like a dancing robot. Yeah, we got our eat back.
Except does he actually, or is he just...
My face is still not showing, right?
Yes, but still we can see the robot, so keep going.
Oh yeah, I did it on another screen. Yeah, if you guys just want to look at the other screen. Where were we? Okay, so we're trying to mount this. Yeah, so does anybody have any ideas? So I was thinking we can kind of put it like that. Maybe we could do it like this. I just don't know how stable it'll be. We can try it. So I just have one of the angled beams here, like that, the smaller one. And I'll try to use...
Just for a moment, before you connect that, Sid, do you need a little bit of help so he can take the motor apart and he can put it back and show you? Do you want Aid to show you how he put it?
Just look at it. Just, you want to see it real quick, I think, right? Is that you're wanting to see, just if you could see it closer, close up where it is, just how it's connected.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. All right, so
I think, yeah, you just put the red L on there, right?
Yeah, so that's all I've changed so far. But if you wanted to know how to mount the motors in the first place, this is how we had it before. We had this beam here, minus like this and all that. But we had this, so I mounted a 9 beam, actually 2 9 beams.
Yeah, so that's the only part Sid is missing. He has 2 9 beams, so that's creating some room. He's able to mount the motor. I think Sid is just one of those beams, so that's why it's hard for you.
Yeah. If you only have one, it's gonna, if you try to mount it, it's gonna be like at a slant. The motor is gonna curve. So that's why I added 2, and then I mounted the motor on.
All right.
I mounted it onto the 4th slot up. So if you count 1, 2, 3,
okay, we'll give that a try.
I'll try it. I sort of need some help.
All right, so yeah, what do you need? And while he's doing that, I'm gonna continue building.
Well, my motor here, it's like the medium motor with the 2 worm gears. It like pushes forward, so my gears don't contact it, and then my the bracket beams don't stick.
You should see Karthik's model. That's like the inchworm. There is a model like this with building instruction called inchworm. It pulls itself up and then propels itself in backwards. Can you show your robot in close-up, Karthik? See how he mounted the motors, right?
Oh God! Wow, that's interesting.
Well, I mean, but over here, this motor is like just a little bit forward, so my gears.
Yeah. Okay. So here, you guys can still see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see your.
All right, so what I did is I used one of the T shaped beams, and I kind of put it in there, and I put it so that it holds the worm gear up. So the axle that's holding the worm gear, it's holding it up. So if this wasn't here right now, if I like pop, I can't. But if I pop it out, the axle is it can move up or down. Right now it can't move. So use something like that. So use one of the T pieces and mount it, and use the bushings to hold it in place.
Okay.
Yeah, or else it's just gonna keep on moving whenever you turn on your motor, and that's not good.
It's
Right. So, I forgot how I had this before.
Do you have extra 9 beams? Do you have 2 of those extra?
I think everybody should. I don't think we've used any yet. We've used the bigger ones, the 3x5s, but we haven't used any of the smaller ones.
Mm-hmm. So Sid, if you put 2 9 beams on either side, it becomes easy for you to mount the motor. Okay, find 2 9 beams. They should be long.
All right, so I'm gonna mount mine like this.
Wait, so Coach Aid, how did you get the black T pieces?
So they look like this. They're shaped in a T. And I don't know how you have yours built, but I have the rectangular beams as like part of my mechanism here. So all I did was I mounted the T in here like that. So it's holding up the axle that's holding, it's holding up the worm gear like that. Yeah.
That will work for me too.
Awesome. All right, so now I'm going to use one of the blue pieces that have both the little axle and the connector peg. So one of these, the little like adapters, and I'll put it on the other side. It's kind of hard to maneuver. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. It fell off. Okay, so I'll take that out first and then put this on. And I'll put it back. Make sure you use the blue ones, because if you use I think they have the other, the kind of pale, the other pale ones, they have friction. I mean, they have no friction, so they just swivel. And we want ours to be just mounted on, we don't want ours to move. All right, so now I'm going to use one of these pieces, and I'm not sure what you call them. They have the 2 holes for pegs, and they have the 1 hole for an axle on the side. And it's 3 long. So like that, and I'm going to mount that on here. And then I can mount the motor on here, and I'm not sure how stable that's going to be. It might move a little bit, and we might have to change it. But that's all I got so far. If you guys have any other suggestions, feel free to voice them.
I don't know why, but Legos,
Yeah.
they're so complicated when you're like trying to build like robots, but then when you're trying to relax and build with normal Lego pieces, it's so hard. I don't get it.
Sometimes you gotta kind of think how things are gonna mount. We could, I guess, maybe use one of these. I don't know, let's try mounting this first. See how stable that is. And I'm running out of connected pegs as well. So that's gonna mount here. And that's actually pretty stable. Let me know how you guys have yours. But I think I'm gonna use that. So this is this side, and then this is this side. It's not moving too much. It's pretty stable. I think that's good. And we can also, if we wanted to get kind of fancy, we could hold it from the front too. If we found a small enough beam, we could mount it on here and then mount it to our angled bracket beam. But let's first do the other side. So we have ours mounted like this. Yep. So we have ours mounted like this. So I'll get 2 of our black connector pegs and put them on the first 2 slots of our motor, the bag of our motor. So like that. And I'll mount the angled beam on there like that, and they line up perfectly on the sides. And then I'll get the other the little adapter with both the axle side and the side for the connector peg, the blue one, which has friction, so it holds it in place. And I'll put that here. And then I'll get one of the other little pieces, I'm not sure what to call them, and I'll put it on my axle and then add 2 more pegs and mount it to the side.
Can you show that piece in close up? Like, so the one.
Yeah, so I'll get another one. All right, so it looks like this. So it has 2 holes for pegs and 1 hole on the other side for an axle. So it's not a 3-beam. So it's not this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So yeah, that's what I used here. And I'll turn it up and mount it to the side of the EV3 brick. And then I have my motors mounted. And everything feels stable.
Coach Saeed,
Yeah.
could you show the back to us again?
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Coach, I thought you were frozen for a second.
Oh no, I can move.
You're doing so much to mount the motor. Look at Karthik. Somehow he didn't. Show me, Karthik, what do you have?
I just used one of those blue pieces right there.
Look at your robot. It looks like an alien, dangerous alien.
Yes,
Interesting.
it's an alien that will suck you inside its belly.
Oh, Karthik, how's yours gonna pick up sweeping the Legos? It's kind of at a slant.
Well, I mean, that's why I added those.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right.
And I could add more.
Yeah, I like how yours looks.
Did you use caster wheel at all? Oh, you used it in front. You have the caster wheel in front. Oh, is it at the, oh, it's still.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, Karthik took a new approach.
Building robots.
Okay, so that's what like unschooling does. If you don't go to the school, you try to think innovatively, right, Karthik? Not following instruction, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I encourage you guys not to follow my instructions. I want you guys to be creative and kind of do your own thing.
But I do have a problem. It's gonna push the Legos outwards instead of inwards.
Well then don't go 360. So when you program it to only pull something in and then open up again, so it doesn't go 360. So it doesn't come back to the other side.
You only want it like going to here.
Yeah, so like how my robot is right now, I'm not gonna program it to revolve. I'm gonna program it to open and close.
Oh, like we did with the robotic arm.
Yeah.
Well, I only program it to do that, and then yeah. All right, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I think the next thing we can do is add motors. I mean, sorry, not motors. We just added the motors to add the wheels. So we decided to do it from the front. So we'll add our wheels to the sides like that. We'll use an axle. I'm not sure what length we should use. You can test a bunch of things out.
Well,
This looks like a good length, I think.
for some
Not
reason,
sure.
I don't know why, but my robot, when it's like swooping inwards, it looks like it's hugging.
It looks like it's hugging.
Yeah, like hugging with its claws or fingers.
No, no hugging with a virus. Just make it do namaste.
Yeah, you got to make a social distancing robot.
Today we had a birthday party in the camp and we had the cake and everything, and kid was about to blow. He took his mask off and he was about to blow. Everybody said don't blow. Then he had to turn the other way around and blow the birthday cake.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, we give another 5 more minutes for y'all to put the wheels and the caster wheel, and then we'll wrap up today's session, okay?
All right, awesome. So yeah, I just got a 7-beam, and that's what I mounted on the motor. Sorry, not a 7-beam, 7 long axle. And I'm gonna mount that onto the wheel. And I always get confused on which side is the front for the wheel. So let's see. Yes, sometimes they look very similar. So yeah, I think this is the back. This is the front. Okay, so I have it right on this side. So yeah, and then I'll secure them with axle. And actually, before we do that, sorry, I'm gonna take off the wheel. We should probably put one of our bushings, one of the axle bushings on first, so that it's not touching the motor. So like this. So we'll put one of the bushings that's 1 long, and then we'll mount the wheel. You might have to push it in a little bit. All right, and then we can use the smaller, the yellow bushings on the edges, on the outskirts, like that. And then if you want to, on the inside as well. But this one's not really needed. Especially if you're running low. Yeah.
Instead of making this a Lego cleaner upper robot, make this a path maker robot.
What's a path maker robot?
Clears the way.
Oh, yeah, sure. It could do both. I mean, we have it opening and closing, so it could have 2 settings. You could program it to have 2 settings.
Like if you press the touch sensor, then it will turn into a path.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, a 7 long axle into the motor, and then a 1 long bushing onto the axle, and then the wheel, like that. And then the smaller bushing on the edge. All right, so now we have both of our wheels mounted on. And now we can add our caster wheel at the back. So you might have to set this on the table first to see if it is level. But I'm gonna try to just mount the caster wheel first, just on the back like this. And I'm gonna try to set it on the table. So 2 black connector pegs.
Oh my god, I just have a really cool idea.
Yeah, what's your idea?
Is it fine if I mount this thing onto my robot?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Totally.
I'm gonna mount it right on the side.
Is it gonna be motor activated, or is it just gonna?
No, it's just gonna be for fun. You could
Oh,
press,
that's interesting. Nice.
or like there could be a use for it. It could hold stuff.
Yeah. All right.
That your alien antenna, Karthik?
Yeah, this is an alien dude.
All right. So when I set mine on the table, it's kind of slanted. We might have to modify it. I don't know how's your guy? How's everybody else's robot standing?
Okay. See, this robot is happy that all your robots are coming to life. It's doing break dance.
It's breakdancing.
Yeah. Because all your robots are almost ready.
Coach Aid,
Yeah.
this is what my robot turned out.
Oh, awesome. That looks great. I love it.
Oh. Good job, Sid.
I'm gonna just have to put on the arms.
Yeah. That looks awesome. And I think, yeah, next time we'll probably be mounting on some sensors. And I can already see some potential places for some sensors. Like if we wanted to mount an ultrasonic sensor, I think we could mount it here at the top. It's a perfect position. And some gyro sensors. Maybe, I think we could use all of our sensors for some purpose.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks awesome, guys.
That looks nice. And Aid, he'll post pictures of this robot from different angles in Google Classroom. So if you want to fix any part of your robot, you can follow the pictures and you can get it done. Okay?